Hey YouTube. So today's topic is my grandma's dog is vegetarian. Now this video is not satire. This is completely 100% true. Um I wouldn't joke about something like this, especially, an animal that is known for eating meat being forced to be vegetarian. Now it's a sad situation. Unfortunately, this is more of a recent situation, but it was happened like a month or two ago, and the dog is suffering from this allergic reaction he's having to meat now. So he's been fine over the years, eating meat. He's an older dog. He's a Chihuahua, and for some reason, he's the most chill Chihuahua I've known. I know Chihuahuas get a bad rep for biting people and barking. This dog, he's not like that. The only worst thing he's ever done is, I guess, bark at me too loud. I guess a little too loud, and he doesn't really deserve this kind of unfortunate circumstance for him. He's vegetarian now, so what happened was I don't really know. I'm not a doctor myself, so I can't really come up with a bullshit excuse. But what I believe what happened was he was just eating too much, and his body can't really properly now digest protein, and that's pretty much the medical reasoning for it now. But I don't know if that's because if he's eating too much protein that he's not able to digest it anymore. If he's just developed an allergic reaction to protein and he can't digest it. So basically, he's on like a vegetarian diet. He can only eat like vegetables. He's on a very strict diet. This dog is eating healthier than most Americans. He's completely like turned his life around. This it's more than I can say for most people. He's gone completely vegetarian. Um, there was this one instance where we went out as a family to celebrate my mother's new job just a couple weeks ago, and my grandma asked if she could take my broccoli home to her dog so he could have dinner too. And I was so upset because he's taking my broccoli, and not only that, but he likes broccoli too. So here we are. We have an adult and an animal fighting over broccoli. And I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna be the bigger man. Let him have my broccoli. He's He's not. He hasn't always been good to me, but I think he deserves to have some, fresh broccoli. Because this broccoli we had was from Texas Roadhouse, and I don't know if y'all know, but the Texas Roadhouse broccoli is very. It's like a delicacy. It's very juicy. It's not like the ones you make in like at your home in the oven, or if you like put in the microwave, like in the frozen bags. This is pretty gourmet shit. Like this broccoli. I don't know how they cook it, first of all, but I think they have a lot of like oil and juice going into like the whole kit and caboodle here, I guess. But for whatever reason, it's very juicy, it's very tender, and it just really falls off the stalk. Anyways, my grandma took my broccoli away from me, even though I needed to be I guess stopped, cut off from eating that night because I had a steak and it was a big steak, and I guess that steak was affecting me in different ways. Is a like, I don't think I could have eaten any more. So steak for me is like a steak for that dog. We both have the same issue. We can't really digest it properly. Um, if you want to make the comparison, like the dogs can't eat chocolate, that dog cannot eat meat, and I'm sort of similar. I can't really eat red meat myself. I can have a problem digesting it, and it could take a while, or I could throw it up basically, and without being too harsh right there. Anyway, so this dog's vegetarian. All he can eat now is like vegetables. I don't believe he eats fruit, and on top of that, I think it's affecting his health mentally because he's recently had like an episode where he's having like a depressive episode or something, and it's a very serious topic here. I believe it's from the food he's eating. I think he was spoiled. He was pampered, eating like high quality meat and stuff from my grandma because she used to spoil him, straight from the grocery store, chicken bones, and cook it for him, and with seasoning and everything, and he would eat it. Now he's put on a diet, and I think it's affecting him because now he's not getting special treatment anymore. So he thinks he's being mistreated. This dog is like a human himself. Like if grandma had Thanksgiving, this dog would have a seat at the table, his own chair, his own plate, and he'd be eating out of a spoon, which he does. My grandma, before he had his switch to vegetables, she would spoon feed this dog. She would put him on her lap like a baby and spoon feed him with a real spoon that I've used before, and that she thinks she cleans it, and she cleans it and she thinks it's safe to use for other people. So this dog gets spoon fed, or was spoon fed. I'm not sure if he's currently getting spoon fed vegetables, but I think that whole mentality of him not being spoon fed like a baby anymore is kind of affecting him. Like he's not getting the special treatment, like the love he deserves. Basically, he thinks he's not being loved anymore because they're not feeding him the same food, and they're not going about it the same way. Because you can just put broccoli on the in his bowl, and he'll eat it. He'll eat it. Like he'll just chow down on it, like any other dog. But I think he has some kind of like mental thing where um he loves my grandma so much that he can't stand not being spoon fed like a little baby. It's very sad because he's a dog and he thinks he's a human. It's very emotional. A lot of people get a lot of people get really emotional about their animals, and it's like this is a deeper bond than I have with my own grandma. This is the lady that's related to me. Um, this dog and my little brother are my grandma's like most like I don't want to say prized possessions, but um she's very fond of my little brother and this chihuahua she has. um I guess because they're younger ish, so she can really like baby them. Is my I guess theory on that. But anyways, the dog's vegetarian, dude, and it's serious. It's so serious. The poor guy. I feel bad for him. He doesn't really deserve to be vegetarian. Even though me and him we don't get along, we can come to a mutual understanding at the end of the day. They're like, hey, I'm a human. You're a dog. You know, I won't bother you if you don't bother me. But he doesn't really take that to heart. Because on the last visit we went to go see him, my dad told me really solemnly, like, he's depressed. I think he had some kind of traumatic experience meeting the neighbors or something, who came recently back into town. I was like, no, it's because he's eating vegetables. I didn't tell him that, but I want him to draw his own conclusion because I think my theory is better than that. Because he's just kind of tired of eating vegetables now. He's like, am I too old and sickly? I guess is what happening to him because before they couldn't figure out why he was in a having allergic reactions all the time. My grandma spent around $10,000 on this dog that she got for free because someone didn't want him in a box, and they gave him to her like at her doorstep, and she spent $10,000 on this dog. 2,000 in probably medical bills recently, and the rest, just keeping him, healthy or ish. Um, you know, getting the best care in the world, better than most Americans, like I was previously saying. And this dog, man, I think he's past due a little bit. Um, he has been well fed, spoiled. I think he's eaten more than my grandma used to feed me as a kid. Uh, but even though I was fed a lot, but grandma will fill us both up. She'll fill our plates, and then she'll fill our bowls, and then she'll fill our glass. It's really really sad stuff to see a dog go vegetarian. It's nothing like animal abuse. It's just medically wise he has to eat um vegetables. But I hope this reached someone. You can have some compassion for this dog. Really just sort of keep your health in check. You don't want to be like my grandma's dog who used to eat one thing all the time or be spoiled and just get out of shape, and how you can't digest protein. I hope this really helps someone, try to turn their life around. Try to be like this dog, but just don't be upset when you can't have all your meat. So hope you enjoyed the video, and have a great day, guys.